When trust is broken, it's not just the heart that breaks. It's as if the entire house collapses. Suddenly, everything that seemed solid turns into quicksand. The good morning, the hug, the glance, everything becomes tainted by a cruel doubt. Is it still real? Can I trust you again? Today, we are faced with the story of Alicia and Peter, a couple that carries an abyss behind closed doors. Alicia, for you, the betrayal wasn't just a mistake, it was an earthquake. I want you, with all the honesty in your heart, to tell us, what has this wound done to you? What do you feel today when you look at Peter?
I feel as if I've been deceived in the worst possible way. I look at him and wonder, how many times did you hug me after being with her? How many times did you say you loved me without really meaning it? I can't even trust my own eyes. I wake up in the middle of the night and replay scenes in my head. Was it happening at the time when I thought we were okay? I feel disgust, anger, but above all, I feel an emptiness. It's as if I've disappeared from his life, as if I've become just a shadow. And I don't know who I am in this relationship anymore. I only know that I am broken.
Alicia, your pain is real. That feeling of losing not just the other person, but losing yourself, it's devastating. You are putting into words what many only carry in silence. Thank you for the courage to bring this truth here. Peter, now is not the time to defend yourself. It's not the time to explain. It's time to feel. When you hear Alicia pour out this pain here, what happens inside you?
I feel ashamed, an embarrassment that eats away at me. When she speaks, I realize the extent of the damage I caused, and I wonder how I could have been so stupid. I wish I could go back, wish I could erase everything, but I cannot. And what kills me the most is knowing that I was the one who turned the woman I love into this person full of pain. I hate myself for this. Sometimes I stay silent because I can't bear to hear, but I know the silence only hurts more. I don't know how to fix it. I just know that I don't want to lose her.
Silence, Peter, is comfortable for you, but it's a poison for Alicia. What will rebuild this trust is not perfection, not empty promises. It's your ability to stay, to endure the pain with her without running away. Only then can trust start to be reborn one day. I want to bring up something important here. Betrayal doesn't happen in a vacuum. It falls onto a ground that already has cracks. Alicia, you talked about emptiness, about not feeling enough. Peter, you talked about shame and silence. I want us to look back a little. Alicia, since when have you felt this fear of not being enough? Did this start now with the betrayal, or is there an older story inside there?
I think that I have always carried this with me. Since I was a girl, I grew up in a house where my father was there, but never truly present. He would sit at the table, but never looked me in the eyes. I learned to work hard to be noticed, to be chosen, and when Peter betrayed me, it was like reliving it all over again. It was as if I heard my father say once more, "You are not enough."
This is very deep, Alicia. The pain isn't just from now, it's an old wound that has been reopened. You're not just suffering from the betrayal, but from a lifetime of trying to prove that you deserve to be loved. This weight isn't just yours, it's an emotional legacy that you carry. And you, Peter, you talk a lot about silence. I want to ask you, what does silence represent for you? Is it a habit that was born now, or has it always been part of your history?
I have always used silence as armor. In my family, arguing was war, shouts, slamming doors, my mother crying in the bedroom. I learned that if I kept quiet, the storm would pass faster, and I brought that into our marriage. But what was protection in my childhood turned into poison here. I thought keeping silent was avoiding pain, but now I understand that it's what hurts Alicia the most.
Do you realize? What you are facing today is not just the mistake of the present, it's the weight of each one's past coming together. Alicia relives the rejection, Peter relives the fear of explosion, and both get stuck in this cycle. If we want to rebuild trust, we need to first see what each person is carrying, not to justify the betrayal, but to understand how it gained so much power within you. I want to propose something very difficult but necessary. Each of you will look at the other and answer two questions. What destroyed me the most about this betrayal was, what I need the most to try to trust again is... Alicia, I want to start with you.
What destroyed me the most about this betrayal was realizing that while I believed we were building a life together, you were deceiving me. It was the feeling that I was the last to know about my own story. That broke me. And what I need most to try to trust again is for you to stop giving me empty promises. I need consistency, truth in the everyday. I need to see, not hear. Because words, Peter, words mean nothing anymore.
What destroyed me the most about this betrayal was seeing what I caused in you. The way I took your light, the way I broke something that was pure. I always thought I would be the man to protect you from the world, and I ended up being the one who hurt you the most. And what I need most to try to trust again is for you to still believe that I can change. I know I don't deserve trust for free, but I need to believe that there is still a way back, even if it's long. Without that, I fall.
You have just done something that many couples do not have the courage to do. Name the wound and expose the most intimate need. Alicia, you asked for consistency and truth. Peter, you asked for the chance to rebuild. These two things are not incompatible, but they require courage, discipline, and daily commitment. Rebuilding trust is not about going back to who you were before. It's about becoming something new, with scars, but also with conscious choices not to repeat the past. And the question now is, are you willing to walk through this dark valley together, or will you let betrayal be the end of your story? Today, after everything that has been said, I want to propose something that might seem small, but could be the first brick to rebuilding trust. It is inspired by an exercise that has transformed thousands of marriages around the world. Peter, for the next 7 days, you will have a mission, a daily act of care without expecting anything in return. It could be making her coffee, leaving a note, sending an unexpected message, just saying, "I thought of you." Small but consistent. And you, Alicia, your mission is to record these gestures. Not to charge, not to judge, just to observe. Is he really present with me today? This won't erase the pain, it won't be magical, but each repeated gesture is like a seed. And over time, seeds grow into roots. Are you willing to try this challenge?
I don't know if I can still believe, but if he is willing to try, I agree to watch. I just need to see if it's real.
I do it every day, whatever it takes. Even if it's small, I will show it.
There is no shortcut to rebuilding trust. It doesn't come back with a pretty conversation or a well-rehearsed apology. Trust is rebuilt with small bricks, one on top of the other, every day. Presence, truth, consistency. You are standing in front of a field of ruins, but ruins do not mean death. They mean fertile ground for something new to be born. Your love does not need to go back to what it was before, because what was before was broken. It can indeed transform into something stronger, truer, if you have the courage to traverse the darkness without letting go of each other's hands. So, look at this pain not just as the end, but as the place where something new can begin. The question is not, can you go back to what you were, but rather, are you willing to discover who you can become from now on? I want to propose something that might seem simple, but requires much more courage than it appears. From today, every day for the next 30 days, you will make a small pact of presence. Alicia, your wound is doubt. Can I trust him again? Peter, your burden is shame. Can she still see me as someone worthy? These two questions are like ghosts that invade your home every night. And the exercise I'm going to propose is a way to confront these ghosts together. Every day before going to sleep, you will set aside 10 minutes. Not to argue, not to plan, not to justify. Just 10 minutes of absolute presence. Look into each other's eyes without a phone, without distractions, and during these minutes, each of you will vocally respond to 2 sentences. Today I felt pain when. Today I felt hope when. It might seem small, but it's in these details that trust is reborn. Because trust doesn't arise from grand speeches, but from the everyday. It's like watering a plant. Water doesn't solve everything in a day, but consistency makes the impossible happen. You might stumble, miss a day, and that's okay. The important thing is not perfection, but the discipline to try again the next day. Alicia, each time you hear Peter naming his own shame, he will be showing that he is not hiding. Peter, each time you hear Alicia's pain without running away, you will be proving that you can stay. And each day in these 10 minutes, you will be planting not the past, but the possibility of a different future. Because love, when it crosses the valley of betrayal, only blooms again if watered with presence and truth. If you've come this far, perhaps you also know the bitter taste of mistrust. Perhaps you've wondered, will I ever trust again? Is it still worth fighting for? I want to tell you something I say to every couple that comes through this room. Trust is not rebuilt all at once. It is sewn thread by thread, like mending a torn fabric. And each small gesture of truth is a thread that sustains the fabric of love. Alicia and Peter carry the pain of betrayal, but they also carry something powerful. the choice not to give up today, not to promise eternity, but to take another step. And maybe that's the invitation for you too. If there is a wound in your heart, remember, it's not the size of the pain that defines the future, but what you decide to do with it. Sometimes, all we need is to start with 10 minutes of presence, to look into the eyes of the one we love and say with simplicity, "Today I felt pain when. Today I felt hope when." It is in this small yet sacred space that a new chapter can be born, and who knows, maybe this is the first thread of a fabric that one day will become whole again.